GM, welcome friends back to another episode of Web3 Academy, a place for entrepreneurs, creators, and businesses to learn how to use Web3 to build thriving communities and sustainable businesses. Today's episode, we were talking about how on-chain analytics will disrupt business reporting forever. I believe that on-chain analytics is going to be one of the biggest industries and one of the most important skills and data sources the business world has ever seen. It is going to be that big as more and more pieces of data go on-chain. That is exactly why we have launched Web3 Academy Pro. It's to get ahead of this. It's to understand on-chain analytics better than anyone else in the space. It's to explore what is happening in Web3, what businesses, business models, technologies, protocols, you name it. Which ones are winning in the space, not by speculating, but by looking at the real data and turning that data into something digestible for myself and for all of you listeners to actually just understand. That's the whole point. On-chain analytics is not necessarily the easiest thing in the world. Not all of us are numbers people, but when you can take those numbers and turn it into something digestible that is actionable for a business builder, for an investor, for a creator who's diving into Web3, it's an unbelievable thing. And so we've launched our first report last Thursday. Want you to check that out. Just go to w3academy.io and you'll see our newsletters there. Check out our Substack and you'll see it all. Right now, it's free. It's available to anyone. These will be getting paywalled very soon. And so if you want to stay on the forefront of Web3, if you want to understand the true data and what's actually happening in this space, then it's time that you become a pro member. And the good news is you can do that right now for 50% off for life. Listen, I'm telling you, this is going to be one of the most important resources for your Web3 journey. If you want to stay on the forefront, if you want to understand how to invest, how to build, how to create in this space, if you want to know what's winning, Web3 Academy Pro is going to be, and already is, the number one resource for that. So make sure to sign up. It's 50% off for the first 100 people. I'm not sure how much longer it'll last, but this comes out on Monday, so probably not much longer. If it's even still available, just head to our Substack, our newsletter. You probably have to put your email in first just to log in, and then you'll see the option to sign up for Pro there. Thank you all for your support. I'm super excited to be bringing out this content to you every single week on Pro. You get access to our Discord, a specific channel. We'll have monthly live Q&As. We'll be doing tons of stuff with on-chain analytics. So become a Pro member, and I'll see you in there. Until then, let's talk about how on-chain analytics will disrupt business reporting forever.
Unlock Protocol is the NFT membership protocol for Web3. Content subscriptions, community access, event tickets are all forms of memberships, one of the most common business models for creators and entrepreneurs today. Building an NFT membership opens many new possibilities for your members. Everything from tailored multi-platform experiences to the ability to sell an unfinished subscription on secondary markets. These are things just not possible in Web 2. However, in order for this business model to work, creators need NFTs which are time-bound or have built-in recurring payments. Unlock Protocol does this for your NFTs. Better yet, with a few simple steps, you can create your own NFT contract without code. What WordPress has done for websites, Unlock Protocol is doing for membership NFTs. If you're an NFT creator, you can't rely on royalties as they are likely going to zero. You need recurring revenue. You need Unlock. At Web3 Academy, we believe NFT memberships are the future of business and community. And that's why we decided to build on Unlock. Learn more at unlock-protocol.com.
So on-chain analysis is one of the most powerful tools in Web3. It allows us to dive deep into companies, projects, DAOs, and more to uncover the trends, user activity, financial health, and overall performance of a particular entity. It gives power back to the people, where previously most businesses' data is locked tightly behind private servers. But times are changing. In this deep dive, we're going to break down what on-chain analytics is and what's wrong with current business reporting, the main ways on-chain analysis will improve data access, and how we can leverage on-chain analysis to improve our decision-making. So let's dive in. What is on-chain analytics? Well, on-chain analytics refers to the process of analyzing transactions and other data that is recorded directly onto a blockchain. Remember, a blockchain is essentially an open, permissionless, and transparent ledger. Everything which uses the blockchain, this could be non-fungible tokens, fungible tokens, wallets, smart contracts, etc., they all have a unique ID that can be tracked by anyone at any time. This can include analyzing the volume of transactions on a blockchain, tracking the movement of tokens between addresses, the activity on a specific application or protocol, and identifying patterns or trends across blockchain use cases. For example, we can view and analyze any of the on-chain data from OpenSea, such as its monthly fees generated or NFTs sold. On-chain analysis also allows us to look at the volume on specific blockchains, whether that be Solana, Ethereum, Polygon, it doesn't matter. Regardless of what data you decide to dissect, on-chain analysis can provide valuable insights into the usage and adoption of a particular protocol, application, or company, and can help to inform business decisions. But what's wrong with current business reporting processes? In the current state, traditional methods such as financial statements and annual reports rely on manual processes and data entry, which can lead to errors, manipulation, delays. Other things might be lack of transparency, right? Some companies are not transparent in their reporting, which makes it difficult for stakeholders to understand the true financial health of the business. On top of this, private companies like Twitter, for example, or even governments aren't obligated to report their financial metrics. Bias is another issue, right? There's potential for bias in business reporting, either intentionally or unintentionally. For example, a company may be more likely to highlight positive information and downplay negative information in its reports. Timelines. Financial reports may not be published in a timely manner, which can make it difficult for stakeholders to make informed decisions. And the final issue is lack of standardization. There's a lack of standardization in the way that companies actually report their financial information, which makes it difficult to compare the performance of different businesses. However, blockchains offer a solution to these issues by providing a tamper-proof record of real-time activity that can be easily tracked and analyzed. So how on-chain analysis will change business reporting? Well, on-chain transactions give us an insider's view of companies, protocols, NFT collections, and even blockchains themselves. This benefits users and entrepreneurs as they can easily analyze an entity of their choice at any time, helping them make better business decisions, such as choosing the right social platform to build their following on in the case of creators. Some other reasons might include increased transparency and accountability, right? One of the primary benefits of on-chain analytics is increased transparency and accountability. By analyzing data that is recorded directly onto the chain, it is possible to see the performance of an entity, government, company, whatever that may be, at any time we choose. For example, we can see the number of users interacting with a business through product purchases, membership programs, etc. The financial data for on-chain entities, such as their treasuries, their balance sheets, transaction history, this level of visibility is important for building trust in the business and for ensuring that the company is operating as it should. Without this transparency, we'll continue to experience situations such as the one with FTX, where everyone simply had to gauge SBF's authenticity based on his persona. However, if FTX was on chain, it would have been much easier to realize that the exchange was operating in a risky manner rather than relying on his tweets or a Bankless podcast episode, right? More accurate and up-to-date data is another benefit of on-chain analysis. So it's changing business reporting by providing more accurate, up-to-date data. You can even head to Dune right now and browse real-time dashboards that were created by fellow Web3 doers, such as the one below in this video, which is a chart of Bonk. And you can see the latest meme currency to hit Web3 and how many users are buying the token on a daily basis, weekly basis, whatever you want. Now, I don't care about Bonk, so don't take that as financial advice. Just saying you can look at that if you'd like. By analyzing data recorded on the blockchain in real time, businesses can get a more accurate picture of their operations and make more informed decisions. This is particularly valuable in industries where information changes rapidly, such as the financial and technology sectors. However, this is also important information for creators, entrepreneurs, and investors. For example, investors can spot trends before they reach crypto Twitter, which is when the trend usually is about to die. On the other hand, creators and entrepreneurs can use this information to build new products or forge partnerships with projects that are gaining steam. Improved efficiency and cost effectiveness. By automating the process of collecting and analyzing data, on-chain analytics can help businesses save time and reduce their reliance on manual labor. One day, we may even see the death of a company reporting as we know it, with company data being available at all times, rather than only during official releases. Instead, on-chain reporting can free up resources that can be used for other tasks, such as strategy and innovation. On top of this, transacting on a blockchain can improve the standardization of reporting, since pulling data on each respective chain is literally the same, while reducing the cost of maintaining proprietary databases. So, how can we leverage on-chain analytics to improve our decision making? Well, one of the biggest unlocks of on-chain analytics is that it allows us to dive deeper into data from large entities that would otherwise be locked behind closed doors. This allows us to make accurate and timely decisions about our businesses or investments, where we previously had to rely on occasional reports. And oftentimes, those reports don't even have what we need. In particular, there are three areas where on-chain analytics can help us improve our decision making. One, on-demand financial reporting. Two, marketing and customer analytics. This one is massive. And three, supply chain management, which is actually quite interesting. So let's break them down further. On-demand financial reporting. If a company transacts on chain, anyone can access this data anytime. This means stakeholders can enjoy a clear picture of the company's financial health, helping to build trust and confidence. On top of this, we're free to analyze any piece of data on chain, whereas official reports only include information that the issuing entity deems important. It also prevents entities from hiding negative information, such as a lack of financial reserves or declining revenues, and so on and so forth. In 2022, we saw the real implications. Some we still are unraveling. We still haven't seen them all yet, but of opaque financial reporting, right? FTX, arguably the largest culprit, used shady tactics to pump its native tokens valuation and then use it as collateral. On top of this, the exchange had backdoors built in, which SBF and others used to siphon funds from the company, not to mention the numerous donations to multiple entities. Celsius, another one. And now these are just crypto industry, but this is across all industries. But Celsius, a lending platform, promised users an almost 20% APY on stablecoins such as UST, the now defunct Terra USD stablecoin. Consequently, the firm was forced to take risky bets to ensure they could live up to the outrageous yields they promised. But since we couldn't see their investments on chain, many investors are now stuck in a bankruptcy battle. However, if these and other centralized firms were operating solely on a blockchain, users and on-chain sleuths would have caught wind of these poor tactics, limiting their downside. Marketing and customer analytics. Right now, the actions people take, whether that be posting on social media or buying a product, are hidden and stored in private company servers, right? Facebook, Google, etc. They have all that data. But as Web3 unfolds, all this will be fully transparent for anyone, unlocking an unbelievable amount of data. Not only will we be able to analyze the financial health of companies, but we'll also be able to do an in-depth analysis of who customers are and what else they hold in their wallets. Think about how important that is when people start to hold certifications, degrees, concert tickets, event tickets, and more all in the same wallet. We will know so much more about the people who are interacting with different protocols, companies, DAOs, etc. This is a massive win for builders as they can gain a greater understanding of their audience and community, allowing them to create experiences and forge partnerships that their customers benefit from. For example, on Dune, you can find on-chain analysis of Bored Ape Yacht Club holders and the other NFT collections that they're buying and selling. You can do that right now. While this is good investment information, if you would to believe that Bored Ape Yacht Club holders are good investors, because you can literally analyze purchases in real time, it can also be used by Yuga Labs, the company that owns Bored Ape Yacht Club, because Yuga can easily see what Bored Ape Yacht Club holders are interested in and partner with other projects for experiences, giveaways, and so much more. It's pretty amazing. And that's just touching the tip of the iceberg of what's possible here when looking into other customers and what they're holding in their wallets and things like that. This is just going to be a massive unlock, and we're going to really lead the charge in that because this is kind of our wheelhouse. So supply chain management is the third one. There are several problems with current supply chain reporting that can be addressed through the use of on-chain analysis. One problem is a lack of transparency. It can be difficult for businesses to get a complete and accurate picture of their supply chain operations, particularly if they rely on a manual process and data entry. This can lead to inefficiencies and errors as well as a lack of trust from stakeholders, not to mention the amount of inflation we have right now due to supply chain management issues. This could be a massive unlock and make things more deflationary as well. Another problem is the potential for fraud and corruption. Without a tamper-proof record of activity, it can be difficult to detect and prevent fraudulent activity within the supply chain. A third problem is the inability to track and analyze real-time data. Traditional supply chain reporting relies on periodic updates, which can be outdated by the time they are presented. This can make it difficult for businesses to make timely and informed decisions. On-chain analysis can help to address these problems by providing a tamper-proof record of activity that can be easily tracked and analyzed. This gives businesses a more accurate and up-to-date picture of their operations, making it easier to identify inefficiencies in areas for improvement. And you can see it all in real time, which is incredible. The question here, and maybe this has come up for you as I'm speaking, is should this data actually be publicly available? There's no denying that on-chain transactions provide insight-rich data that we could have only dreamed of accessing before blockchain technology. Now, while it's extremely beneficial to those outside of public and private corporations, since we can decide for ourselves whether they're acting in our best interest or not, what about user privacy, you might be asking? One of the big reasons that people came to Web3 is because corporations don't control or use our data. However, if everything is publicly available, doesn't it negate one of the benefits of Web3? Well, some people may believe so, but with tools and technology such as zero knowledge cryptography, technically what's going to happen here is no one will be able to tie pieces of data to a particular person or entity, ensuring user privacy. Now, that tech is still coming along. I think that's going to be one of the bigger techs to come out in 2023 is zero knowledge proofs, but that's going to do an amazing thing that will allow us to use this data, but not connect it to a specific person. And that's going to be really, really interesting. So outside of that, on-chain analytics is poised to change the power dynamics of business reporting. No longer will companies be able to serve the information they deem important. Instead, people themselves will be able to decide what data they want to glean from an organization. And that's exactly what we're doing with Web3 Academy Pro, our newest resource for on-chain analysis, where I am going to dive into the businesses, the business models, and the tactics that are winning in Web3. And so if you haven't already, make sure to check out the reports that are still free. Okay, the latest one is on the future of social media, Lens Protocol, basically doing a quarterly earnings report, not earnings report, but about activity and growth. Eventually we'll get to the earnings side of things. It's just still too new. But we dive deep into the social graph of Lens and give you a nice insight there and show you what's possible here. So that's it for now, friends. I'll see you next time. But don't forget, you can be one of the first 100 doers to go pro. And if you do that, you'll receive 50% lifetime discount on Web3 Academy Pro. So do not wait until it is too late, because it will be too late very soon. And you're going to want this resource. Don't get it at full price. Get it when it's 50%. Get it early. Being early always wins in Web3. We all know that. We've all learned that. So that is your opportunity today. Friends, thank you so much for listening to this podcast. I would very much appreciate it if you could give us a share, give us a follow or a subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, wherever you are listening to this. It helps us grow. It helps us get this information out to more people so that we can make Web3 bigger and more broad for everybody. We need growth. We need adoption. And it's media platforms like this that help bring in new people into the space. And it's people like you who help us grow. So thank you for being a supporter of Web3 Academy. I'm Kyle Reidhead. I love to be here. I love to chat on this podcast. So thanks so much for listening. And I wish you all the best, my friends. Thank you for listening to Web3 Academy. We hope this helps you along your Web3 journey. And if it does, please share this episode and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Nothing in this podcast was financial advice. Crypto and Web3 can be risky. You can literally lose it all. In fact, if you invest on account of what we say, you probably will lose it all. So don't do that. In all honesty, the point of this podcast is to remove the noise of markets and price and focus on utility and implementation anyway. So you should not take any of this as financial advice. Thank you, friends, and see you in the next one.